Well, it says we're live, but I think I got the camera backward. There we go. There we go, boy. Pierre Coops, welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Got Nightbot in here. What's up, Nightbot? What you up to today, Pierre Coops? Anyways, where are you from, Pierre? I've seen you in my streams a few times and other people's. I've never got to question you. Six people in here. Welcome. Oh, you're from the Netherlands? That's cool. I didn't know that. I just assumed you was from the States. You know? Just assumed you was from the States. Oh, but I just realized I don't have my microphone. Let me go grab my mic. Cause there's probably a lot of white noise. When I'm not talking, there's just like a constant, at least my one live I went and looked at, it was just like a constant. But anyways, I'll be back in a few seconds. Y'all talk amongst each other. So, Pierre, in the Netherlands, what season are you going into? I know, like, Australia's in summer. I figured Europe, I don't know. I figured y'all basically be like the same, on the same page that we are for the most part. Because it's not like it's on the total other side of the world, you know? Oh, shoot. I gotta unplug this phone. It's probably not gonna charge with this microphone. We will see. Probably lose audio for a sec. We charging? Yeah, we're charging, and we're we got some whatchamacallit, some audio. Still not focused today. I don't know what to do with that. Turn my light on. That might help some. That might help some. Tara saying hi. Or as MVP says, Tara. I cleaned my bench up some and now I can't find anything. Yeah, so me not working, being off for Christmas and stuff, having my kid for the Christmas break, no school. My hands are actually I wouldn't say soft, but they're not like freaking 50 grit sandpaper. I'm able to tie for the first time in like probably since last year. Look, the thread doesn't snag on my fingernails and skin. Normally it would be like snap, crackle, pop, and I'd be breaking the string. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I was tying a couple nights ago and started tying, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I didn't put my gloves on." But then I realized I'm like, I don't need them from being off Christmas break and New Year's and not working as much and things being slow. My hands are actually becoming like a normal person's hands. All right, I forget what I was doing. Winter, yeah, winter, yeah. I figured it'd be about the same we are. We're in winter too here. We actually got snow for the first time in like ever. Probably like 2 to 3 inches. Everyone in chat, dude, does everybody have snow? Is everyone dealing with some snow? Man, some places are getting hammered. Like, I looked at the radar last night to see what else was coming, and like the whole state of Indiana was like covered with weather. Shorten them up a little. I need to get me like a little ashtray or something, so when I'm cutting like these little tidbits off, I can like cut it, dude, over like the garbage, instead of just cutting it and letting it lay on the bench. I cleaned the bench earlier, and I think it took me like 45 minutes. I even had to go to a vacuum cleaner. And it got me thinking. I was like, I wish I had a dust buster. Remember them dust busters back in the 80s that hung on the wall? They were like almond colored. They had their little waste receptacle that you'd empty. Y'all remember the dust busters? Probably if you're under 30 years of age, you probably have no clue what a dust buster even is. I used to love playing with them. Probably like the only thing my mom probably actually didn't care that I messed with, because if I was using the dust buster, I was cleaning. Come on now, do what I want you to do. There we go. You're gonna stay. Eh, that'll work. It'll work. We'll make her work. We will make it work. Got 12 people in here. Uh, Double tap that screen. If you don't like what you see, you can always take it back. Thumbs up are fully refundable for 30 days. Does that sound fair? 30-day refunds? Charity? Charity days? 30-day refund? A little too close. There we go. So who has snow on the ground and who doesn't? Who's got snow and who does not? We actually got enough snow to go sled riding. I might do that later. What'd I do with them other feathers? I just had them puppies. Hmm. Oh, I think I know. I think I know. I think I know. There they are. My big scissors. Where's my big ones? Harris says got about 8. Oh, you got 8 inches? Yeah, I seen you're south of me, I'm sure of it. And I told everyone was making a big deal about the weather around here, and I said, you can look at the radar and play out the 12-hour forecast, future forecast, and see that the bulk of it, usually when we get snow, the more north you are, because the Lake Erie, the Great Lakes, and the lake effect snow, the more north you are, the more pounded you get. But this snow is coming from, like the southwest. And you could look at the future radar and see that the bulk of it was gonna stay to the south of us. Like they canceled school yesterday when there wasn't even no snow on the ground yet. I was like, really? You cancel school because we might get snow? It's just crazy how much things have changed from, you know, 20 years ago to now. I ask myself, are we ever going to get back to the way things were? And sadly, I just don't think we will. I remember you could wake up and there could be an inch or two of snow on the ground, and you'd have to wait to see if they were going to cancel it. Like they would wait and see if it was going to keep snowing or if it would quit. And if it quit snowing and there was 2, 3 inches on the ground, you had school. But we did get more snow back then, and each school, only gets so many. Each, you only get so many school days, that the state will allow before you have to make those days up. So back then, they had to be careful, how much school they cancel because you don't know what the rest of the winter was going to be like. You go canceling school, in the early stages of winter, then, late winter is horrible. Well, now, and it's happened. I was in school in the middle of June. Remember going to school on my birthday, which is June 14th, because we missed so many snow days. But now we don't get that much snow, and they can kind of just like don't have to worry about canceling too much because it just doesn't happen. Not like it used to. Couple little trout flies. Them will work real good here soon. 8 inches, yeah, I'd love to get some 8 inches of snow. Like the snow now, it snows. Like now, I'm like, man, I hope the snow stay. We only got like 2 or 3 inches, and it's starting to warm up some. And I'm hoping that the snow keeps. So I can go sled riding with my son later on when he comes. I remember a year before last, we it snowed early in the winter, and I was tired, didn't really have the energy to go sled riding that day. And I told myself, well, you know, it's beginning of winter. We'll have many more other days to go sled riding. Well, guess what? We didn't have any more days to go sled riding. That was the only sufficient snow for the whole year to sled riding. Black Wolf, what's up? Where'd you move from, Tara? A name with Tara in West Virginia. I figured you was born and bred. No way. I just realized these have different size beads in here. I've been fighting trying to get these tiny, tiny little beads on there. And there's different sizes. How did I never notice that? How did I never notice that? We got like an inch of snow on top of ice. Yeah, that's the worst. And the power's out. Dang, 23 hours no power. I hope you got some lithium batteries and power converters sitting around. See, when power goes out for me, I don't have a generator, but I do have batteries. A bunch of them. I take the batteries out of my boat and I could probably power my house for a week. And I got a wood burner. So don't have to worry about heat if the power goes out. I always keep enough wood to keep me and my son warm. Gives you a peace of mind, knowing no matter what, you can keep you and the people you love warm. 12 people watching, 8 likes. Come on, everybody. Black Wolf says, let's go. Let's go. I was going to make some hot chocolate and coffee earlier. I already drank some coffee, but sometimes I like mixing half coffee and half hot chocolate, you know? I like doing that when I go fishing. Do half chocolate, half hot chocolate, half coffee. Way I got that started going is one day I was at the convenience store and I was going to get some coffee from the machine and I accidentally filled it up with cappuccino. Well, I didn't want to just pour it out in that drain because a lot of them, convenience store, them drains under the coffee and thing, they're not actual drains. They're just like little catch pans that somebody has to clean out at the end of their shift. So I didn't want to dump it in there, so I just left it in the cup and filled the rest up with coffee. So it was half cappuccino and half coffee, and I'm like, that tastes pretty dang good. And talking about it makes me want to go get some. But anyways, since that tasted good, I was like, well, let's try half hot chocolate and half coffee. And I did that at home. Took a pack of what is it, the Swiss Miss, and put it in the cup, and then filled half with coffee, half hot chocolate. It tasted pretty dang good. I'm drinking some sody pop now. I'm glad I didn't make no New Year's resolution to quit drinking sody pop. I did quit drinking soda pop for a while, and then when I started drinking again, I was like, well, I want to quit drinking this pop, and but I've been drinking it so much now to where I don't even think about quitting drinking the pop, and I need to. I definitely need to. One look at this belly, and you would agree that I need to quit drinking soda pop. Come on, come on. Find these little old hooks sometimes. All right, well, we got a fix for that. Oh, I spun it the wrong way. Yeah, if you spin this bobbin, the thread will actually coil this way. Maybe. Let's spin it some more. Let's spin it some more. Fat cat fishing's in the house. What's going on? You get some snow, fat cat? Oh, I don't know what happened to that. We might be able to salvage it. Can we salvage her? Yeah, we can salvage her. There we go. We're the salvage king. Nothing goes to waste here. How do I got pink thread on my? Still got pink. There we go. We're covering it. We covering it. This one's so small. Uh, probably need to zoom in so y'all can see it. Probably need to zoom in some, huh? Alright, what am I missing in chat? You saying I'm 30 minutes behind, chat? Because if so, I ain't even been live for 30 minutes. Been live for like 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. What's people making for lunch? Or what was for lunch? Some people probably already ate. Some people's bellies are probably rumbling. Where's that little puppy? I like that one. That one turned out good. Make another one like that. I like to always try to make two. So if you're using one and it's working very good and you lose it, you got another. Got 24 wonderful people. Double tap that screen. Don't be numb. Hit the thumb. What size hook did I just use? I think it was this one. Let's see. Now I gotta find out what size bead I used too. Let's see if we can I think it was this size. Man, these puppies are hard to grab. Come on, get out of there. Fish on. Fish on. I can't remember. Alright. Yeah, these beads have one end like beveled and one's closed. I always forget which way they go. I can't tell. Is this camera focused today or not? It's hard to tell with these little hooks. Now these big ones, I can tell if it's focused. I can't tell. What'd I do that for? What'd you do that for? What'd you do that for? Alright. How many thumbs up we got? 15 thumbs up and 18 likes. Come on, y'all. Somebody's slacking. Somebody don't think it's important, but it is. If you're in here watching, you must partially like what I'm doing or like me partially. So if you're going to go as far to watch, then you might as well hit that thumbs up too. I was going to go live yesterday. I went fishing. I actually meant to upload the pictures on my community tabs of the fish we caught. But I was in no big hurry because they were just a bunch of small ones, small sauger. Didn't get any walleye. I don't know what's up with the walleye this year. I did take my 9-foot rod. I finally got some line on it. I actually bought the Suffix 131 braid. It's like the most expensive Suffix line they make, but it was on sale at Bass Pro. It was like 20% off. So it actually ended up being the price of the normal braided line. But I put the Suffix 131 on, and I went with 6 pound. I wanted 8-pound braid, and that's even a little iffy. You know what I mean? But I wanted to get casting distance because I'm convinced the walleye are out in the current seam. So I was more focused on casting distance. I'm like, let's catch the fish first. You know what I mean? If we get broke off, then we'll worry about getting bigger line. But at least let's cast and get to where the fish are before we worry about if our line's strong enough or if we're gonna get broke off. So I went with the 6. The problem was I wanted 8-pound braid. Well, they didn't have 8. They had 6 and 10. And since uh they had 6 and 10, and since I was focused on casting distance, I went with the 6, which is super sketchy, but uh like I said, let's worry about getting to the fish first, and then if we get broke off, then we'll, get some thicker line. But anyways, I got that Suffix 131 on the pole, and it didn't work out as good as I thought. Because my thing with braid is I like it super smooth. Like if it sounds like a guitar string when I'm reeling, nah, I can't have that. So I thought this Suffix 131 is 13 strands. 13 strands, which is unheard of. Most you get is like most braids are like 4 strand, 8 strand. Berkeley makes a X9 that I use. I got on my bumping rod, the Berkeley X9, and it's good. So I thought 13 strand is going to be amazing, but I don't know. It just didn't work as good. It didn't work as it wasn't what I was thought it was going to be, but it was kind of hard to tell because the line was freezing up and had ice chips on it. So it's hard to judge a line performance when you're dealing with ice and stuff. So I'm kind of a look uh well, I wouldn't say anxious, but I wouldn't say looking forward. There's probably a better word, but it's not coming to mind. But I'm gonna wait and see before I make a determination about that Suffix 131. Uh, when we have some warm weather above freezing, and there's not ice on my line. But see, that my first couple casts, there was no ice on my line, so and I wasn't happy with how it casted on a 9-foot rod with 6-pound test. I thought I'd be able to cast that thing a half mile. But my first few casts, I did have a a lure, like a Rapala. What was it? A Rapala? It was a Berkeley, big Berkeley flicker shad, like a 5-inch flicker shad. So those lures with the treble hooks are hard to cast in general. But by the time I put a normal like half-ounce jig head on, my line already had ice on it. So it's hard to say. It's hard to make an honest assumption. I did everything I caught yesterday was on the old school. Who remembers these? The Berkeley Frenzies. Oh yeah, the silver blue shad. Yeah, it dives 10 feet, and I was in a 12-foot pool, and this dives 10 feet, so it was like perfect. But everything come on this Berkeley. The lure's on the hook, or the lure is on the pole out in the car. This is old school. I bet you this is from like the 90s. But that's what I caught everything on yesterday. This is when the stuff was made in America. Quality stuff. Who you guys talking about setting their hooks like a bass pro angler or pro bass angler? I was watching Savage last night. I watched Savage up until he moved. He was making a move, and everybody was saying, "Let's go for a ride." Keep the camera rolling, and I meant to tune back in. I don't know what I did. I did something. I watched up until he moved to another spot, but I'm not trying to think what I did instead of tuning back into him. I forget. I did something. I don't remember what, but I did something. I know I didn't tune back into Savage 2.0s. I was going to. That was the plan, and I got sidetracked. Who you guys talking about when he hit his rod that went flying out of the water? Made in America, super old. Oh yeah. What's up, Stephen Hunter? I don't think I've seen you in here before. It says there's 20 people in here. A couple people I ain't seen before. Normally, my main thing I do is catfish on the Ohio River from the jet ski and the boat. But being winter, jet skis put away. The boat, I do fish in the boat in the wintertime, but I just been trying to get caught up on work. In other words, I've been trying to put work and life first. And let me tell you, it sucks. I remember last year I did that, put fishing on the back burner. And I had to. I was neglecting my responsibilities major. I was fishing like days a week, like 5 to 10 hours each day. It was crazy. But ultimately, it all it led to me quitting fishing as much. It led to me gaining a bunch of weight and not being happy. Sitting home eating junk food on the couch instead of being out wading through creeks and stuff. You know what I mean? And I did it to benefit myself. And yeah, it helped financially, but at the same time, I ended up being super miserable from not fishing. I was using these yesterday too. Anyone's ever used these Northlands? The Mimic Memo? Yeah, the Mimic Memo Critter Crawl. They work really good, but we uh we didn't get any bites on that yesterday. So I took off the Mimic Minnow Critter Crawl and put on the Berkeley Frenzy, and yeah, there was a frenzy. They went nuts. But like I said, they were all tiny, tiny, tiny fish. Yeah, if you've never used these though for like multi-species, the Northland, the Mimic Minnows, Critter Crawls, oh man. I think they kind of got like them frog legs on them, you know. I think every species of fish love those things. Like I think I caught every kind of fish there is in my body of water on them at least once or twice. You know, there's trout, little trout. Winter time. Well, they call it spring trout, but it starts in the winter. Like in West Virginia, I think they stalked already. I think like January 2nd they started stalking trout. Ohio doesn't do it that soon, but we'll be there soon enough. Yeah, I never got into fly fishing or spear fishing. We're not spear fishing's more of like a coastal ocean thing. Fly fishing, I almost bought a fly rod from Walmart. Walmart has a cheap little $30 Ozark Trail fly rod. I definitely wasn't gonna go spend no money on a big one, not knowing if I like it or will get into it. But I was gonna try it. I wish I would have bought that little $30 one. Cause if cause now when I go next year, they'll probably be double the price, you know. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna do next? We'll do a couple more little ones. After this, these little ones will go up to some 32nd ounces. I wonder if one of these little tungsten beads can fit on this hook. Probably not. Oh, I dropped it. I dropped it, y'all. Oh, oh, I about dropped it again. Dang, and things are hard to hold up. Nope, they ain't gonna go. Gotta go up to the bigger bead. Now I can't get it off. Dang it. Maybe it will go. Yeah, yeah, we got it. See, we got her. Yeah, pup's taking a nap. I figured better tie some flies while he's napping. I usually your bum gets real numb. A numb bum is no fun. Man, with this snow, I wish I had a snowmobile. I've been wanting a snowmobile like my whole life. When I was in college in Pennsylvania, everybody had them up there, and we rode them all the time. It was a blast. It's basically like if you never driven a snowmobile, it's basically like a street bike, but on snow. I mean, these things go 100+ mile an hour. It's insane. We used to tie a. We used to tie. There was a wrecked Honda. It someone wrecked, and it had a carbon fiber hood on it that was still intact. We took the carbon fiber hood. We tied it. We tied it to the snowmobile, and we would sit on the carbon fiber hood like a sled. Like a sled ride. Oh man, that was so fun. I don't see how no one never died. Because like when someone would fall off the carbon fiber hood, getting pulled behind the snowmobile, that hood would come flinging around, like on a fulcrum. Well, not a fulcrum, but like I don't know, I don't know the word, but anyways, it would come, it would come swinging around like, whoosh, and just come soaring, and the rope would be coming by, and everyone would try to time it out and wait and have to jump over the rope. Sometimes people didn't time it out right, and they would the rope would catch them and take them down to the ground like hard. Imagine a hood tied to a rope swinging, with like 50 feet of rope coming swinging around like, all that centrifugal force. It would be crazy. But ever since then, I wanted a snowmobile. It's a good time to buy them too. If you look on Marketplace, you can find dozens and dozens and dozens of snowmobiles for like 500 bucks, 500, 600, 700, 800. Uh, and they were like that. They were cheap like that like 5, 6 years ago. And then the past few years, they got up to, old used ones were like 2 grand. You couldn't even find one for less than 1,500, no matter how old it was. Well, now they're back down to being dirt cheap again. You can get ones that are like 15, 20 years old for like $800. And they run. At least they say they run. Hitch by hitch. What's happening? You get any snow? You get any snow in Oregon, Hitch? If so, how's that Corvette handle? Believe it or not, Corvettes have most people don't realize it, but Corvettes have an amazing traction control system. Never driven one in snow, but I know their traction control system is really good. I mean, I ordered some jig head paint. I can't wait till it comes. It's like a scaling. It's like a black and gray, and it has this like scaling effect. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's hard to explain what it looks like other than you just have to see it. Corvette's gonna be put up for winter. I don't blame you. Especially, well, I was gonna say especially if they use salt, but I guess that doesn't matter on a Corvette, being that it's aluminum and fiberglass. There's probably not a single thing on a Corvette to rust other than some bolts. Another. Oh, I meant to do that one a different color. I didn't mean to do that one the same color. Didn't mean to do that one the same color. Got 20 people in here. How many thumbs up? Still only 15 thumbs up? Come on, y'all. Don't be numb. Have a heart and hit the thumb. Show some compassion. Show some compassion for a brother. We got some slackers not hitting the thumb. Not hitting the thumb. What have you done? What have you done? You didn't hit the thumb. That's the first thing you should have done. All right. Let's see. Oh, I got a new bobbin. Where's it at? Oh, I also picked up some of these. Bass Pro had them on sale for when you're trolling. Because I always, when I'm trolling, I always have to let out like 500 yards of line to get my lures down near bottom. It's horrible. And then when you catch a fish, you got to reel them. It's no fun even reeling them in when you got all your line out. But I got these clip-on weights. You clip them on the line. Like you let out like, you know, 20 or 30 yards. Well, not that much. Probably like 10 to 20 yards. And then you clip these on the line. And then you let out some more line, and then you clip one, two, three, however many you need. You don't want to clip too many on your line because you'll have to take them off when you're reeling them in with the fish on. But now I won't have to reel out. I won't have to reel out. I won't have to let out my whole spool just to get the dang thing on bottom. You know what I mean? Now I can get on bottom. Get on bottom without letting all my line out. Why am I smelling gas? Is it these? It smells like gasoline. There ain't nothing down here. It should smell like that gas, like house natural gas. I don't know. I hope not. I am standing right next to a gas meter, and I'm stuffy. It's hard to tell, but yeah, you clip these. You just clip them right on, like. just yeah, and then you slide this up. Oh yeah, you put them on like this, and you push that down. Now they're on. Bam. You can actually lock them where you want them. Yeah, see, now it's locked on the line. I can't wait to use these. I think I'll catch more fish because when you got to let all that line out to get your lure on bottom, and then when you get a leaf on it or some grass and you got to reel all that back in, and then you got to let all that back out, like I'm spending, I'm wasting a lot of time. You know what I mean? Now, if I control a few lures just directly behind the boat, 20, 30 yards, and then if a leaf gets on one or something, then boom, you just reel it right in instead of like literally some lures I use, it takes 5 minutes to reel them in. I can't get that out though. If it was fishing line, I could just pull it, but I'll break the thread. It don't matter. But that's pretty strong thread. Holy dang. Holy dang. And when you use these, they're going to be wet in water. So it'll be lubed up. They're not wanting to cooperate dry. Everything's better wet. Looks better. I used to work for a real estate company and they would have me hose. Well, I cut the grass and stuff for the real estate companies, but they would have me reel, or after I said they'd have me reel. I was just talking about fishing, but they would have me after cutting the grass, they would have me they'd have me hose the whole house down. The roof, the siding, the porch, the whole thing. And if it was a big house, they would bring 2 or 3 guys out with a garden hose because you couldn't get the whole house wet. You couldn't get the whole house hosed down before it would start drying. So they would bring 2 and 3 people out sometimes to hose. But they would have me hose the whole house down, and then they would take their pictures for the real estate for online. They'd hose it down, get it wet. It would give it that brand new, give it that new, shiny new look. You know what I mean? And then I still use that technique to this day. Like if you got a car you want to sell, if you're trying to sell a car or something, hose that puppy down, take the picture. It'll give it that fresh wax look. It again. You know what I've been craving? Some macaroni and cheese. Some mac and cheese. And what's weird is normally I have mac and cheese on deck, but some reason I haven't bought any. You know who makes a good mac and cheese? You know that brand, Annie's? I think it's just called Annie's. Annies. It's like an organic company. Like all the stuff they sell, their fruit snacks and noodles and rice. It's all like organic stuff. Crap. Overpriced. But I buy it when it's you know, about to expire and they have to mark it down and sell it. Shoot. But yeah, Annie's, they make this it's in a pink box. They make this mac and cheese. It's so good. And they got white cheddar. Annie's white cheddar. Oh, it's out of this world. I was gonna double stack this feather. That was the plan. But it looks so good. I don't want to fool with it. Don't want to fool with it. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. You know, Mr. T or the A Team. I was just a little kid when that was in its prime, that show. But I watched as an adult. What did I do? What did I just do? As an adult, man, I messed something up. I messed this thing up. There we go. But yeah, as an adult, I watched every A Team episode. I love shows like that, you know? The old the old stuff from like the 80s and the 90s. Man, that fly was perfect and I butched it. Oh, there we go. It's coming back. I got my thread stuck into the feathers and they like tweaked it. They tweaked it. Yeah, that's a nice one there. That nice one there, boy. What you got there, boy? You gonna catch you some fish? Yeah, buddy. We gonna go catch some fish. We're having fish dinner tonight. Nah, no catching fish tonight. Unfortunately, I probably I don't know. I don't even like thinking talking like that. It's kind of depressing. But I was about to say I might not even be able to fish for like over a week. Because I told myself, well, I didn't promise myself I wouldn't go fishing, but I did tell myself, you know, I need to focus on work. Focus on work. I did tell myself though, if I do go fishing through the week, it's not going to be on the boat. At least not in the summer. Not when it gets dark at 5 o'clock. Summer is a different story. But I did tell myself if I go fishing through the week in the wintertime, I'm going to limit it to like 2 hours max. Like if no fish are biting, then like an hour. And if we're catching fish, 2 hours. Yes, we wait again. Wait for what? I ain't really behind chat. I'm just kind of not reading it. I'm just talking and tying, y'all. Talk, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I didn't. I did see Hitch say see you later. He's probably gone now, but that was probably like 20 minutes ago. Oh, hey, bud. I just seen you come in here. See, I ain't even paying attention chat. I ain't even see my own son. So I'm not behind in chat. I'm just not really reading it. It's hard to tie and uh look at chat. I can tie and talk because I can keep talking and tying. But when I have to look at chat, I have to like stop what I'm doing and move from here to over there and look at chat. And then when I come back to what I'm doing, I'm like, what was I doing? Your phone was froze. See, my tablet that I'm using, it's always behind. Chat's not behind, but the video's behind. And I can never get it. Like that little red slider bar thingamajig, when I slide it to the end to catch up, it automatically When I take my finger off the red slide thing, it goes back to where it was. It won't let me slide it to the end. But now when I'm on my phone, it will let me slide it to the end and it will catch up in chat. But on the tablet, it won't. Heck, it's easier to just show y'all. But look, where's it at? This thing. See how it's behind? Watch when I slide it. Watch it not do it and make me look silly. I can't even slide it. There we go. Oh, it's not playing. Yeah, let me play it. We'll play it. Now it's doing it. But usually, yeah, it's doing it now. But usually when it's behind in chat and this red thing, I'll slide it to catch it up. And as soon as I take my finger off of it, see it's working now. But usually as soon as I take my finger off of it, it slides back to like there. But for some reason it's working now. Only read learning English. Can't find words sometimes. You mean you can't like think of the words that you're wanting to say, Pierre? Like you know what you want to say, but you don't know the word in English? Is that what you mean? Alexander, guess what? The person in chat, Pierre, he's from the Netherlands. How cool is that? Ain't that pretty cool? I haven't had that many people from different countries lately. Now, when I was fishing in the summer on the jet ski, oh, I had people from like all over the world. It was crazy. Countries I never even heard of. But for some reason, but I did have a lot more people in my chat back then too. I don't know like how or the what behind it, but when I first started YouTube, I'd go live and I'd have like 200 people watching. Like I'd end a live and I'd have 19,000 views on like a 2-hour live. But then it just slowly started to like fall off. And now it's hard to even keep 10 people sometimes. So I don't know like what's up with that. I mean, I unless it's the algorithms like more algorithmy than I think. Like maybe it's just because I was on the jet ski and the algorithm likes that and pushed it. But I wouldn't think the algorithm would be able to determine if I'm fishing on a boat on the river or on a jet ski on the river. I mean, it's just a computer, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't think it would know the difference. But all I know is when I'm on the jet ski doing a live stream, it's easy to keep a big crowd. But when I'm on the boat, it's not so easy. And I don't know, it could be because I'm more engaged. Because on the jet ski, the phone is on my chest, and I look down and there's chat, you know what I mean? And on the boat, the phone is in a tripod. So maybe it's because I'm not as engaged. I'm not sure. Just not sure. I got so distracted. I went to look for my bobbin. If you're in here still, bud, I bought that ceramic bobbin so the thread doesn't keep breaking. Check this out, I got y'all. It actually, after I bought it, I'm like, why did I buy that? It's so overpriced. Because if you buy a pack of demon dragons, You know, if you buy a pack of demon dragons, they're not $5 a piece. So after I bought them, I realized I was like, I overpaid. You know, if you buy a pack of demon dragons like this, I think they come out to be like, how many's in here? I think 10. They come out to be like $2.50, $3 a piece when you buy them in a 10 pack. And I bought this one for $5. It was on sale at Cabela's. So I'm like, oh, what a good deal. But one reason I bought it is listen how loud this is. Well, yeah, it's probably not going to pick it up because the filter on the microphone. But it's a hard knock. Like, there's that, and then here's a regular Demon Dragon. Like, the Demon Dragon has more, like, lightweight jingle. Because there's little BBs in there, but the big one, listen how loud that knock is. And it's way bigger, too. This is almost as big as a Demon Dragon Brute. But it's basically, you know, once I take the hooks off of it, it'll be a float. Yeah, it says floating. I'll probably get it snagged. Use it once and be snagged up. I was against Demon Dragons for the longest time, but last year at Christmas time, they had a sale and they were like 30% off. And then I found a discount code on YouTube that actually works still, and I got them even cheaper. So that's the only reason I own some Demon Dragons. Cold Creek Billy in the house. What's up, Cold Creek? Cold Creek Billy. Isn't there like a rapper with that name or something? Cold Creek Billy. Here's what we've done so far. We're gonna move on up to the move on up to the 130 seconds. What color are we gonna tie? Let's do white. Let's do white. Shoot, it's 110. I gotta pick you up in a little bit, bud. 2:30. Normally I'd get you from school. You wanna go sled riding? Too bad the pup's not a little bit older. We could take him with us. I still have not got that bobbin out of this bag. I'm so scatterbrained, as they call it. Here we go. I found it. Yeah, if you're in here, bud. Saving Grace, what's going on? What's up? Cindy, oh, Skipjack Cindy's in the house. Says, hey, everyone. But yeah, if you're in here still, Alex, I finally got that bobbin. Because remember how this one kept breaking the thread? Because the metal? Listen to that. That's sharp. This one has the ceramic insert. Yeah, I don't have to wear gloves right now to tie because my hands are so soft because being off work from New Year's and Christmas and school break, not working as much, my hands are almost like a normal person's. Usually when I usually when I tie, look, I can do it without the normally this thread would get snagged on my fingers, nails, and the skin and everything and rip it and tear it. But look,
I can go super fast and it doesn't get snagged on my fingers at all. It's amazing. I don't know how long it's going to last, being that the holidays are over and we're about to get our nose back to the normal grindstone. So I'd give it about a week, and my hands will probably be back to being so rough, like 50 grit sandpaper. Curtis is a talker. Oh yeah, dude, I talk. This is lightweight. I actually try to keep it. Try not to get too carried away. Try not to get too carried away, and I also try not to talk about certain things. In other words, I don't speak my mind. There's like about half the things from everything that pops in my mind. I probably only talk about 40% of it. The other 60% probably it's either not appropriate, it's either not PG-13, or it would offend a handful of people, or people just plain old wouldn't want to hear about it. Just plain old wouldn't want to hear about it. Yeah, if you're in here now, still, we can go sled riding here in a little bit. Too bad Pup's not older. He could go with us. Although he'd probably be fine, but especially with that thick coat, furry coat that he has. But 8 weeks, he's what, November 1st, he's born, January 1st is 8 weeks. He's like 9 weeks old. So I wouldn't want to risk it. But in like a month or two, we get some snow. He'll definitely be old enough and fine to be able to go out in the snow. Is that focused today? I can tell. Are we focused or not? I don't think it is. I wish it was. Is that focused? I can't tell. My screen's too dirty. No, it ain't focused. It's definitely not focused. It focuses when I put my hands near, but oh well, we won't be tying too much longer here today, so I'm not gonna get too flustered. I'm not gonna let it fluster me. Well, at least I'm not gonna let y'all know that it flusters me. I'm flustered. I'm just not gonna show it. Man, it's so hard when you bunch these feathers together. They want to like go on top, and I like them to go like I like them to go on bottom. So hard to get it to do what you want it to do. There we go. There we go. Cooking now. Cooking with that peanut oil. Here we're gonna do some purple and white. That's like our school colors, our local, our city school. Purple. Purple and white. No! I just dropped my chenille and it unraveled almost all the way to the ground. Almost all the way to the ground. Well, why is that going like that? I always want to wrap everything clockwise, but somehow, some way, it always naturally wants to go counterclockwise. Ready to get out of work? How much longer you got to go, Cindy? How many more hours you got to put in until you're free as a bird? Hey, does anyone ever watch that Stephen Hodges on YouTube? His name is like Stephen Hodges 1. Like I've seen him on YouTube for a while. He's always sitting in like a garage looking house, like with a freshly built, like all the wood. It's just like bare frame, like the framing. There's no drywall or nothing. I've seen him on YouTube for a while, but I always just swipe past him. I just because there's people I'm subscribed to that I'd rather watch that I know. Well, I've never watched him until this morning, and that dude is funny. Let me tell you. He was he was saying he used to work at this factory and he didn't have much money. What made me think of this was Skipjack Cindy saying she's ready to get out of work and she works in like a factory. But he's saying he used to work in his factory and at that time he didn't have much money and that people was always he'd put his lunch. He said like some hamburger helper with some cornbread smashed on top of it in a Tupperware container. And he said people kept eating his lunch. Uh like again and again and again. He'd go in there and he said not only was his lunch gone, he said the Tupperware would be in the garbage. I was like thinking, oh no, that's crossing the line. Throwing somebody's Tupperware away. That's like throwing their lunchbox away. But anyways, he, he said one day he uh he brought brownies in and he put X-Lax, like a whole bottle of X-Lax in these brownies. And he put them in the fridge. He said he brought them in like a bag where no one could see him bringing them in. He said he got in the break room and he hurried up and put them in the fridge where everyone could see him. And he said he cut them all nice and neat, like tiny little slices, so there's enough for everyone. So not one person could come and just eat two big whole brownies and they'd be gone. So he cut them to where there's enough for everybody, right? And so he's trying to find out who's eating his lunch. So whoever takes off running to the bathroom, uh, or stuck in the bathroom, he knows the people that's been eating his lunch. He said they ended up having to shut the assembly line down. Because so many people called off work so many people called off work the next day that they had to shut the assembly line down. He said. But Cindy saying she was working, ready done work, it made me think of that. I just watched this morning. But yeah, the dude's name is Stephen Hodges on YouTube. He's definitely worth watching. He's pretty funny. I like I said, I seen him on YouTube. I just never watched him till today. And definitely worth watching. There we go, some purple and white. A little too close. There we go. I like that one. Y'all want to tie another one? Anybody want any colors tied too, by the way? Uh, Anybody wants any colors, throw your colors out there and we'll tie them. Lot lizard. That's a new one. What's up, lot lizard? You ever use bucktail for jigs? Let me tell you, they stink. You open this bag up and you'll run for the hills. The skin that dries on there, it basically smells like dead animal because that's what it is. What color bucktails y'all want tied? We got blue, white, chartreuse, yellow, orange. But yeah, whatever colors y'all want tied, just throw it out there and we'll tie some. Hitch by Hitch is back, or he might never left. I don't know. The bird. Yeah, if next time you send me something, stickers or something, or if I win something, uh, put that I can't talk. Put that deer hair in a envelope, and I'll tie you some stuff up and mail it back to you, Cindy. And if there's not a bunch of deer hair, if there's not enough to really tie anything, I can tie you some like some sabiki rigs. We'll do tiny ones. Uh, Let me know how many hooks you're allowed to have in Tennessee on the line, and I'll tie you some sabikis. Like these sabikis, 1, 2, 3. See, I have to cut these. There's 6 of them. If I use these sabiki rigs, I have to cut them in half because you're only allowed 3 hooks in Ohio. Which is kind of good because I buy a pack of sabiki rigs, and instead of just having one sabiki rig, I have 2. Like these here, like these shrimp. There's what 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. So I got to cut them in half. So instead of just having one, now I have 2. So even though we're only allowed to have 3 hooks, it kind of works out, at least for the state of Ohio. These are my favorite. The offshore anglers, they make them out of like rice paper. Actually, I want to try tying some of these. I don't know where to get rice paper at though. But see, yeah, see the rice paper? It's got that like translucent sheen. Like these are, I always have the best luck catching bait with these rice paper uh ones. Like I use these shrimp ones, never caught a single thing off these shrimps. And I figured I would cuz see the flash, see all the flash in them. You figure that would get their attention, but I've never caught. I got like 20 packs of these shrimp, different colors. Never caught a thing. Now, yeah, here's a good example. Here's some red shrimp. I don't know why, what the difference is from them to them, but I think it might just be me, honestly, not the when you don't have faith in something, you kind of just like feel like you're not going to catch something with it, and then you don't really fish in the moment. You cast and you're reeling too quick, or not. And you're not taking your time. And I think that's what I'm doing when I use them shrimp. But like these, I have faith in the rice paper ones, and I catch stuff with them. And I think it's because I'm have more patience. You know, you know, you know what I mean, Gene? All right, what are we gonna? Let's tie another purple and white. Yeah, I went fishing last night for a few hours, and there was a bunch of people there. Well, not a bunch. There was like 5 or 6 people, and slowly, one by one, everyone started to leave. They're like, "Good luck, buddy." But I stayed because I had such good luck the day before. Like, I was there was, like, a dozen guys there the day before, and nobody was catching anything, right? And, people were trying to buy my lure off me. Like, this dude wanted to buy the lure I was using, wanted me to take it off my line and sell it to him, no joke. And then he wasn't the only one. Another guy to the right of me was like, "Oh, you have any more of them I can use?" I said, "No, that's the only one." And then, he left it at that, but the guy on the left of me, he wanted to buy it. Like, I was like, "No." I said, I'll but I ended up looking for something else. I didn't have any more of them, but I gave him a rattle trap he could use. Hey, Hitch, did you ever make, Anthony a, new crab so he doesn't have to wear that big old metal crab around his neck? If anyone did anyone type any colors? I asked if anybody what color people want tied. I haven't been looking at all the chat, so I don't know if I missed it. But if anybody wants any colors tied, put it back in chat if I missed it, and we'll tie that next. What's your favorite colors? What's your favorite color lure? And we'll tie them. And they can be multiple colors, triple colors. It don't matter. We'll tie it. If we got it, we'll tie it. Okay, purple and white, purple and white. Did type red, white, and blue. Yeah, we'll do red, white, and blue. Red, white. Yeah, we can do red, white, and blue for sure. Some Netherland colors. Maybe we'll send them to you if it don't cost too much to ship them. I've never tried sending anything overseas. In my younger days, I've always wanted to go to the Netherlands. Like that was like go like if you could go anywhere in the world, that was where I wanted to go. Okay. I can't remember if that was marabou or feather. Was it? Can't remember. I think it was marabou. Don't. Oh, I shouldn't have cut that like that. Shouldn't have cut that like that. I just cleaned this bench and I cut that feather in a way to where a million pieces just flew out. Yeah, we'll do them colors next, Pierre, on the next one. Let me do one more purple and white, and we will do them next. There we go. Well, I don't like how these feathers are sitting, but if I fool with them anymore, I'm probably gonna make them worse. So we're just gonna go with it. Just gonna go with it. Oh, I guess it's all right. It's all right. We're not doing brain surgery, so it's all right. It'll be all right. Yeah, when I was fishing the day before yesterday, I don't know if it was directly the day before, 2 or 3 days ago. I was the only one catching the fish at the pier out of like 12 people. I kind of felt bad because I knew, I know some people didn't care, but I know some people definitely cared because they were making comments to me. So, like, I always feel bad when that happens, mainly because I know what it feels like. I fished with this one friend of mine. Uh, we were at this creek, Wheeling Creek, fishing, and we were using the same color lure, same jig head, same everything, right? He caught like 30 fish this day. 30. And I caught zero. And we're side by side. And I just couldn't catch anything. And we're using the exact same lure, the same jig, the same weight, every identical. I was like, what is going on? I even had half the mind to give him my pole and say, hey, see if you can catch one on my pole. Like, what is up? And so I know what it's like to sit there trying to catch fish, giving it your all, and someone next to you is catching them. Because I've been there. That's why I say I kind of felt bad catching fish when no one else was. Because it's a poo poo feeling to give it your all, and nothing you do works. You know what I mean? Man, this chenille, it is messy. You snip it, and let me tell you snip it, and there's like 1,000 of these fibers go flying. Hitch says that jig's looking real nice. Yeah, we tied one. You probably lost service, but there's one of them, purple and white. That's our school's color. Our local, city schools, purple and white. Oh, I got that thread around the jig eye, and I don't know how many wraps ago that was. Just recent. Oh, I did it again. Yeah, I don't know if that was recent or if it was 1 or 2 wraps ago or like 30 wraps ago. So I'm not gonna fool with it. I'm gonna leave it wrapped around that jig eye. Cool. Why is that not? There we go. We're gonna whip finish that one twice because my thread's like, oh, what is thread's like breaking. My thread's like breaking. Like, yeah, I can't wait till summer. Get back out on the river on the jet ski fishing. Cannot wait. Can't wait to break my jet ski. See, I got different PBs. In my mind, I got PBs for my boat, PBs for the jet ski, and then fishing from the bank PBs. It keeps it more fun and interesting when you have different categories of your personal best fish. Like my PB channel cat is only like 7 or 8 pounds for the jet ski. So like I can beat that. Like my PB channel cat from the boat is 13 pounds. That would be a hard one to beat. So being that I have a PB from the jet ski and it's only 7 or 8 pounds, uh, that's obtainable. You know, I can beat that. So like, I'm not saying I can't beat my 13-pound channel cat, but it'd be much easier to catch a 10 pound. You know, beat my jet ski PB. There's another. Yeah, them are nice. I almost want to tie another one, but we're gonna do a red, white, and blue. Well, what do you say? Blue colors are first. Red, white, yeah, red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. It's -25 in Oregon right now. Cindy says she's running out of content. Gotta catch something nice. Gonna be. Oh yeah, definitely. It's amazing catching something on something you tie. That's like I can't wait until my son he started tying. I can't wait until he starts tying. Or he started tying. I can't wait until he starts catching them. You know, catching them on something that he tied himself. All right, red, white, and blue. Let's see what colors can we do. We got. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's some white. There's some blue. Oh, that's a perfect one. Check this one out. Perfect. You don't get too many shape that perfectly. Red, white, and blue. Oh, I guess I gotta put the hook. I'm stacking feathers, getting ready to tie them on, and I don't even have a hook. Don't even have a hook in the jig in the vise. Ugly stick or Zebco. You know what? I'm gonna stack. I was gonna stack these together and tie them together, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get them to lay right if I do that. So we'll tie them separately. We will tie them separately. Where'd everybody go? Says there's only 8 people in here now. Guess lunch break's over for everyone. Back to work, huh? Cindy says she's running out of content. Gonna have to catch something soon. I figured you'd have content for years since Travis is, you know, every time you get a fish, Travis got that phone ready for the shorts. I figured you'd have all kind of content that you just never posted, you know. Or Travis has a bunch of stuff on his phone that you never seen or knew about, maybe. Need something to drink. Stop. There we go. That's better. That's better now, there. All right. Well, I don't want to do that, making it look ugly. You know what? I think we're gonna wrap this head with some red thread, just to make it look even better. How's that sound?
got red thread? Yeah, we got red. Somewhere. Maybe. If I can find it. Well, that ain't red, is it? That's like orange, huh? I guess we'll leave it alone. I thought I had some red. I know I do. Just can't find it. Just can't find it. Catch you later, Black Wolf. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Here you go, Pierre. How's that? You like that? Red, white. The Netherland colors for Pierre. Is that to your liking? Look at that blue. Ain't that? I couldn't do that again if I tried. Getting that little blue feather going right in between that red like that. When that, I cut that V out. I did cut the V out of the blue feather, but that little blue tail in the middle of the V, that's a total accident. But I couldn't do that again if I tried. I'm gonna try. We're gonna tie another one, but we will try. Are you in here still, Pierre? He probably done left. Got tired of me tying other colors. There's some trout ones for people that wasn't in here earlier. There's some trout ones we did. And then we moved on up to 130 seconds. Old Pierre from the Netherlands, and he said he wanted some red, white, and blue tied for their flag. And we tied it up. Let's do another one. Like I said, I always try to do color twos, minimum two. Because if say we're using that one and it's working real good and we get snagged, you know, that'd be a bummer to not have another one. So I always try to at least do two of them. John Joe says, think that would catch a fish like a bass. That would catch anything. No telling what'll bite, you know? No telling. Okay, let's get another. If anybody wants any colors tied, just throw it out in chat. Throw it out in chat and we will tie it. You know I have orange thread because last time I was looking for red and I used orange in place of red because it was close enough. And afterwards, I found the red. And I'm like, there's the red. I knew I had it. And now I can't find it again. I need to get like a little tray, like a little wooden crate made, you know, to put all my threads in. So all my colors are right there. Instead of having everything in a bag like this, all mixed. Like, all right, red, white, and blue. Let's see if we can do it again. Where did that red, white, and blue feather go? I didn't think I put them away. Maybe it fell on the ground. Did it fall on the ground? There's some blue. Okay, what about red?
See, red was on bottom. Red was on bottom. Yeah, anyone want any colors tied, throw it out in chat and we'll tie 'em. Someone might have already done that, but I haven't looked at chat yet. But I'll check after I tie this one. Oh, here wanted some Netherland colors tied. And that's what we're doing. And then after we get them tied, we'll do another color if somebody wants. It's red, white, blue, and orange is the color. Red, white, blue, and orange. For real? I had orange thread, but I didn't use it. I guess I could have. I'll wrap this one in red, orange. Where's the orange come from? Like, how's orange get into the mix? Cindy says she's got old stuff to use. Uh, I watch some people's YouTube videos and they'll have a new video come out, and I'm like, oh, they got new content, right? No, it's from like 3 years ago. I'm not even kidding. I've seen people make new videos from stuff from like 3 years ago. Some people can't get out though because like medical health reasons, so that's totally, you know, okay. But there are some people that are like healthy individuals who uses content from years ago. And I know that because like some people I watch all their videos, and well, not all of them, but most of them. And then you'll see the same fishing trip that they did years ago released as something new. But I guess content's content, right? Uh, what else was I gonna say? I forget. Can't remember now. Must not have been important. There we go. I didn't think I was gonna get that out of there, man. There we go. That one was giving me some troubles. Giving me some troubles. Sounds like the pup's awake. That dog, and let me tell you, I've never met a more accident prone dog in my life. Like in one day, that dog, uh, he got stuck under the couch and was crying. He got his collar hung up on the chicken coop, was freaking out, about strangled himself. He took off running and ran into, the sweeper with his leg, like, his back hind leg, like, his I guess it would be his elbow caught the sweeper, the vacuum cleaner, and I thought he broke his leg. I was like, "Oh, man, I don't have money for a vet, like, this might be, the end," like, uh but it was just a bad Charlie because the way he was crying, he ran into the sweeper and he was yelping, screaming like imagine if you were killing a dog, just screaming it would make. Like, it was screaming like that. Bloody murder for like 10, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Wouldn't just stop, just kept yelping and yelping and crying, crying. And I didn't know what to do, you know what I mean? But I grabbed his leg and was, pushing on it and moving it around. And he was, after he quit yelping and I realized it wasn't broke, uh, I'm like, maybe he just got like a Charlie horse or when like a person hits their funny bone, how that feels. But once I realized it wasn't broke, I was relieved. But I thought it was broke at first, the way that dog was screaming. But and that was all in one day. Like I couldn't believe like that accident prone, like all in one day. There's something else that happened that day too, but I can't remember. Can't remember what else he did, but there was like 5 things that day. Oh, he got his head stuck in the banister. The pickets, the pickets on a staircase. He got his head stuck in the dang pickets of the banister. His head went in and it wouldn't come out. He's trying. It was the same day he hurt his leg. So when I heard him screaming like that, I thought, oh no, his leg must have, like, I don't know. I was thinking in my mind, like, he did break his leg or fractured it and, like, the crack, like, cracked the rest of the way or something. You know what I mean? Like, when I heard him screaming like that, it was like 5 hours after he hit his leg off the vacuum cleaner. So when I heard him screaming, I thought he was screaming because his leg, you know, was giving him fits again. And I go run out into the hall where he's at, and sure enough, his head's stuck in a banister. And I couldn't get it out. Luckily, once I grabbed a hold of him, by his neck, around his shoulders, and was holding him still and started petting him, he quit freaking out. But so then I couldn't get his head back out, but I was able to pick the dog up and slide him up like 3 feet. And at the very tippy top of the pickets, they get a little bit wider. You know how spindles, pickets on a step? Because what it was is at the bottom of these spindles or pickets, I think they're one and the same. But at the bottom of them, they're squared, completely squared. Well, as they get up to the top, they turn round. And since they turned round, the gap got wider. So I was able to lift them up to the top where they got round at, and I was able to pull his head out. And I said, I bet you won't do that again. Because German Shepherds, they're real smart. So I highly doubt he'll stick his head in there again. But just in case, I did take some boots, like the backside of some rubber boots, and I wedged them in there. That way he can't get his head in there. I mean, he could if he tried, but hopefully he won't. All right, you said orange is a color too. We'll put some orange on one. Okay, let's see. Where's my bobbin? Yeah, it's a new bobbin I got. It's got the ceramic. I wish everyone was simple as me. Hooey. I was trying to get that feather wet, and the dang feather went. Getting thread in here is almost as hard as getting thread through a needle of a fish needle to tie thread to sew. Did did y'all know that they make sewing needles with eyes that have a split in the top to where you don't have to get the thread through the eye of the needle? You can just like say this is the eye of the needle here. Instead of trying to get it through here, you can just take the thread and pull it down. Like you can just take the thread and like pull it down through the top. Like you can take the thread like this and just pop it right through the top. You don't have to fight with trying to get it through the eye of the hook or the eye of the needle. I found a pack of them needles like that, and I'm like, where have these sewing needles been my whole life? Like I did not know they made sewing needles like that. I mean, people that sew, like women and stuff, they probably knew that, but someone like me, you know, all right, y'all there? I didn't even mean to answer that call. Could y'all hear that phone call? Because the live never stopped. Let me know in chat if y'all could hear that phone call, that lady. She was like, Curtis? I thought I hit the end button. I meant to hit not answer, and I hit answer on accident. I heard somebody saying, Curtis? I would have took that call, but I didn't know if y'all could hear me or not. All right, if you're in here still, Pierre, we're gonna have some orange. We're gonna have some orange. Anybody wants any colors tied after these red, white, and blues? Type it in chat. Nobody really. Thank you for putting that out for everybody to for everyone to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. John Joe says thumbs up. Yeah, double tap that screen. Well, I was gonna change that song. That one's a little too twangy. Don't get me wrong, I like twangy. Twangy has its time and its place. I just ain't feeling the twang right now, but it ain't too twangy. Fish on, fish on, fish on. This bobbin's too tight. I can't pull the thread without it breaking. There you go, Pierre. If you're in here still, red, white, blue, and orange for your sports teams in the Netherlands. Yeah, if you fish and these don't cost a $20 bill to send to you, I'll send these red, white, and blue ones to you. I'll tie up a couple more too, because there ain't no sense in sending only 2 jigs to the Netherlands. But like I said, that's only if I can send them for like $5 or $10. If it's a $20 bill to send a half dozen jigs, that's just too rich for my blood. So no promises, no promises. He said his actually that red feather looks a little orange too, but it's red. I tried to replicate that little tail in the middle like I did accidentally. This one was accident. That blue in the middle of the V notch was an accident. But I tried to replicate it on this one, but it just wasn't doing it. But there's what we done so far. There's the trout ones. It says there's like 20 or 30 people in chat. Them purple and white ones are my favorite for today. But if anybody wants to drop their link in chat, feel free. Just type DOGAN and Nightbot will drop your link for you. Then for you lurkers, you can type lurk. Nightbot will say that you're lurking. Let us know you're there. What's the weather outside? I haven't checked the weather. Probably in the 30s. Probably in the 30s. All right, what are we going to tie next? See that color? Let's do black. Do we do black? We'll do a couple 1/8 ounces. I didn't look at chat. Did anybody say any colors? What color do y'all want tied next? John Joe says, what about pieces of 2x4 under the pickets? I just jammed some boots in between them. But his head will be too big to fit in there in a matter of a few weeks anyways. John Joe says, what if you did a candy cane wrap on the white part? John Joe's been with me since the beginning. Yeah, he was watching us fish on the jet ski. Because in the summertime, we do live streaming, fishing on the Ohio River from a jet ski. And we catch fish. We catch some fish sometimes. But he been with me. You know who I haven't seen in a while, John Joe? You remember Shot Down in Flames? I haven't seen him in a long time. He used to come in my lives when I was fishing on the jet ski. He used to come. He would be there every day, like clockwork. I'd get done work, take the jet ski out, go live, and there's Shot Down in Flames. And I remember John Joe. He was there too, because I thought John Joe's icon picture was like a monitor lizard sticking its tongue out. Because on my cell phone it's real tiny and it's hard to see. And I thought his icon was a lizard sticking its tongue out, or a snake or something. But it's him putting his thumb in a bass, his thumb in a bass's mouth. But I thought it was a lizard, bumblebee, yellow and black. I don't know if I got yellow and black, but we'll try it. Let's see. That'll actually look good, yellow and black. Actually, let's see. Yellow and black, yellow and black, yellow and black. Yeah, we do some yellow and black. I thought I was going to have to do a yellow jig head. Oh, that's a messy feather. But yeah, how many people's in here? Yeah, there's a handful of people in here. So like I was talking about fishing on the jet ski, if if that's something y'all are interested in, subscribe and hit that notification bell because I don't have a set schedule when I'm able to fish and stuff. But if you want to see some live action fishing from the jet ski on the Ohio River, make sure you subscribe. And come spring, we'll be out on that river catching some fish. Imagine fishing on the Mississippi on a jet ski. Mississippi River fishing on a jet ski. That'd be sketchy with all them. Shoot, they got like cruise ships on the Mississippi. But I'm sure there's some parts of the Mississippi that's not major traffic. I can't if I get my channel, if my channel gets going good, I'll do stuff like that. We'll go on road trips and stuff. There's so many places I've been wanting to fish that I ain't ever been. Like Hoover Reservoir, for example. I've never been there. And it's a shame because people travel from other states to come fish Hoover Reservoir for blue catfish. And it's only 2 hours from me, and I've never been there. Here's another good example, Lake Erie. People travel from the other side of the world to fish the Great Lakes, and I've only been to Lake Erie once in my life. But I've talked about this before. The reason is there's reasoning behind why I've not been to these great places that people travel all the way over the world. And it's because I'm content with what I have right here. Like I'm so close to the Ohio River, I can hear barges. I can hear barges going up and down the river at night, you know. That's how close I am to the river. So to be that close to the Ohio River and to love fishing, oh, it's coming out of the vise. But yeah, being that close to the river, uh, I'm just happy and content with fishing the river and the lakes around me, and that's why I've never been to Hoover, even though it's only 2 hours away. And that's why I've never been to Lake Erie but once. But I tell myself one day we'll make it to them places. Jeremy Muke says lives in Albany, Indiana. You're getting some rain, aren't you, huh? Or not rain, snow. I looked at the radar yesterday to see what weather was coming our way, and Indiana was covered, like blanketed with severe weather. I gotta tighten this. Hey Jeremy, you ever watch Greenwell fishing? He's from Indiana. He's on YouTube. He's got a lot of great content. You ever watch him? Greenwell fishing. His name's Mike Greenwell. He's one of the first people I've ever watched on YouTube ever. I was googling or searching like Ohio River catfishing, Ohio River skipjack catching, and came across Mike Greenwell, and uh, he introduced me. Watching his videos is what introduced me to this whole fishing community. Because I'd be watching his videos, and he'd start talking about like the bait shop and these other channels, and I'm like, bait shop, what's that? And I'd search for it, and I found it, and then got into chat, started talking to people, and here we are. Here we are. I think he fishes like Greenwell. I think I've heard him mention the Newburgh Dam. You know Newburgh Dam? Does that sound about right? Newburgh Dam? What time is it? 2:19. A few more. Yeah, buddy, we cooking now. We're getting some stuff tied today. I need to get me a rotary vise. Because if I had a rotary vise, I wouldn't have to sit here and be wrapping this like all slow motion. Like I could just be like and have that puppy spinning and be done. Like I could wrap this Chanel in 5 seconds if I had a rotary vise. I've been looking on eBay for like a Renzetti, like a used one, because I don't have money to spend $250 on a new one. But I've been looking on eBay for a used one, but I've yet to see any used Renzettis that aren't $200. And if you're gonna spend 200 on a used one, then you might as well just buy a new one for 250. But if I don't see any used Renzettis on eBay soon, I'm gonna just buy a cheap, like Amazon, rotary vise. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. There's your bumblebee, John Joe, like the Transformers. We'll that. We'll do that one again just because this thread's so cheap. This thread here is like some Amazon thread or something. It don't even have a brand name. Like, see this here? It's got a brand name, but this stuff, it doesn't have a name. Its name is China. That's the brand, China. China. Channel. Get you a little haircut. Get your hair did. Get you a little haircut. There we go. Look, I managed to get that little tail in between the V notch. I think I figured out how to do it. The first time I did it, it was an accident. You know, the yellow in the middle of the V. But now I got it figured out, I think. I got it figured out. All right, there's what we've done so far. John Joe wanted the Pierre wanted the red, white, and blue for the Netherlands. We did. Purple and white, that's for our school colors, our local school. And then John Joe, he wanted the bumblebee, the yellow and black. I should have wrapped that head, and the next one will wrap the head in yellow thread, so it looks even better. Oh, and then there's the trout flies we did. Couple with the tungsten beads, and then couple without. Couple with and couple without. If anyone wants to drop their link, feel free. Especially if you don't have 50 subscribers and you want to go live. Just type DOGAN, like my channel name, like I'm gonna do right now in chat. Type that in chat, and Nightbot will drop your link, and then y'all can subscribe to each other's channels and stuff. So if there's anyone that wants to go live and don't have the 50 subs yet, just type doggone in chat. And I'm sure some people in here will check your channels out and get you some subscribers. One hand washes the other, as they say. Wax on, wax off. Hey, Heather. How you doing? How you doing, Heather? Howdy, howdy. Howdy, 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 Heather. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. Got a little oh, I cut my thread off. Dang it. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down, 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 down. Never had a plan, just living for the minute. Settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Hearing about cars, talking about women. Never had a plan, just living for the minute. Okay, I'm reloading. Heather says she's doing okay. How are y'all? What's your weather like? You probably got less. Usually Wisconsin gets all the snow, but this snow this time come from the south, which is weird. On the radar, it was going like this, coming up from like the southwest. I just realized I can tie so much faster not wearing gloves, but that's only because my hands got soft from not working, being off for Christmas break, being off for Christmas and stuff, and New Year's, and being slow. My hands are not like 50 grit sandpaper no more. Normally, I can't even do this. This right here, I can't do because the thread gets snagged on my fingertips and my nails because they're like 50 grit paper. But since work's been slow and been off for the holidays, my hands are actually getting back to being halfway normal. Like the thread doesn't look, thread's not getting caught. That's amazing. But give it a week or two back at work, nose of the grindstone, they will be back to being like 50 grit sandpaper. Some 50 grit, 50 50. Y'all know 50? What y'all know about some 50 grit? 50 50. 50 grit. I need some 50 grit. My fishing pole, the eyes from using braid on one of them, the eyes are getting ground down, getting grooves in them real bad. And I usually take 50 grit sandpaper and sand the lines out of the guides and then go to 80 grit and then 120, 220, 400, 600, 800 until the grooves are gone and they're smooth. I need to just go and buy some the SIC guides or SIC guides, the ceramic. They're like silicone ceramic or something, right? Because the guides won't, uh, the braid won't, the braid won't hurt those guides at all. I've been meaning to replace them guides on that pole that I used to braid on for so long, and I've just been putting it off, you know? Just been putting her off. Well, this bumblebee one's gonna be more of like a marabou, like a poofy, because my feathers are getting all poofed on me. Ouch. Just hit my head off. First time the snowplow went by today. Snowplow ain't went by all day. You know you live in a small town when the snowplow don't go by till 2:30 in the afternoon. They did cancel school, so that's one reason it ain't went by. But people still got work. People still got to work. You figured they would have been going through, you know. But you see, from my experience, whenever you go figuring, usually you figure wrong. So it's best not to figure. It's usually best just to sit back, wait and see what happens. Because when I figure, I usually figure wrong. Something will happen and it'll be like, well, shoot, I didn't figure that on happen. And it's like, you never do. So yeah, it's best not to figure. Oh, hey, guess what? I heard I was in Bugman show this morning and I heard that Hogleg is starting a show with Troy. I don't know which Troy. I imagine it's Troy from Real and Virtual Outdoors because them two are always playing that farming simulator game and that tractor, that what is that? American truck driver game. So yeah, they're gonna have Hogleg's gonna have a show on Tuesdays. I don't think he's doing it this Tuesday. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I think it's Tuesday the 14th is when he's going to start. How about that? Hogleg is coming back, I heard. That could be wrong. I only heard it from one person. But I seen him talking about it in Bugman's channel this morning. Bugman, not Bugman. Somebody said something about Troy's Hogleg show is Tuesday tomorrow. And then Danny Stone said, no, I don't think it's until the 14th. But either way, if he comes back, that's amazing. The only thing is I kind of wanted him to come back in the morning. I got used to watching his show at 5 a.m. every morning. It actually helped me, believe it or not. Hog Leg Show helped me throughout my life from like making me not making me wake up in the morning, but helping me like just making it easier to wake up in the morning, knowing I had a show to go to watch and people to listen and chat with and stuff. You know what I mean? Now that's Bugsman. Bugman shows does that now, but it used to be Hog Legs. Never in my life did I think a YouTube channel would help me, you know, like in that way, you know, especially when you're talking about essentially strangers, people that you've never met in your real life, you know, like that's wild. There we go. There's your bumblebee. Oh, did I do that? Oh no, I didn't mean to wrap that in white Chanel. I just realized I didn't want to use the white Chanel, but for some reason I did. I meant to wrap it in black and yellow, or black and yellow. But there we go. And I know there's a handful of people in chat. I kind of apologize. I'm ignoring it. It's just hard to read chat when my phone's not facing me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Gene? All right. Anybody want any more colors? Any more colors, y'all? All right. Let's do. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just wrap. Let's wrap. We'll start with pink and go from there. Start with pink and go from there. What will that? Oh, I broke. See, I broke off. That's why I bought that ceramic bobbin, which I can't find. What'd I do with it? I just had it. I just had her. Oh, there she is. Yeah, see the ceramic? It doesn't break. Well, not as easy, but this metal is so sharp it cuts your thread. That ceramic insert does not. So if anyone's ever going to get into tying jigs and flies, do yourself a favor and get a bobbin that has the ceramic. And it ain't even got to be ceramic, it can be plastic. It can be plastic. It just helps being having that insert in there, you know. Heather says looks great. Thank you, thank you. Fat Cat says I was trying to do that. I would have 20 telling me I'm doing it wrong. What, time flies? We're just gonna take that thread off there. There ain't even no sense in trying to correct it. No sense in even trying to correct it. When you make a mistake, it's best just to start over. Just start over. Unless you're talking about like a family or something. I don't know if you'd want to start over with a family. Oh, forget that family. Just go start a new one. That's best. So maybe my advice doesn't apply to everything. That it's best just to start over. But when it comes to tying jigs and flies, and you make a mistake, it's best just to start fresh. Because I would have spent like 5 minutes trying to get all that thread wrapped around there and look all nice and good. Let's get some flash. We haven't tied nothing with any flash in it yet. Where is my flash? I feel like I'm missing a bag. There we go. There's some flash. It's not the flash I was looking for, but it'll do. It will do. It will do, y'all. It will do. So what's everybody making for dinner tonight? Anything? I need some ideas. I'm so sick of eating the same old, same old. Let's share some dinner ideas, y'all. I'll go first. Cheeseburger cauliflower. Cheeseburger cauliflower. It's real easy. You take a head of cauliflower, you chop it up, you put it in a steamer, steam it. You know, if you like your cauliflower soft and mushy, steam it for a long time. If you like it, have some tenderness to it. You know, however long you want to steam your cauliflower, however you like it, but steam your head of cauliflower. Take a pound of ground beef in the skillet and brown it. Mix it all together. Add a tablespoon of garlic salt and 2 cups of cheddar cheese. Stir it all up. Super easy and it's super good. Super easy and super good. Cheeseburger cauliflower. In case anyone sounds interested to anybody, I'll do it one more time. Steam your head of cauliflower, brown a pound of ground beef, add a tablespoon of garlic salt to the burger, and 2 cups of cheddar cheese. And if you don't like garlic and salt, then you might not want to add a whole tablespoon. Maybe make it a half. But I make that all the time and eat that all the time because it's easy. So I don't want that tonight. So does anybody have uh does anyone have any ideas for me for dinner? Easy peasy dinner ideas. And go. Because I need something else. I need something different. I said last night I wanted to eat something good, and I ended up eating shepherd pies, frozen shepherd pies. And I was saying I was going to cook and make something good and delicious and healthy, and I ended up eating some processed frozen food. Let's see, has anyone typed any food things in chat? Nope. Cook a pot pie. Well, that's kind of what that shepherd pie was like I had last night. Basically a pot pie without crust. Instead of crust, it's got mashed potatoes on top. It's got your ground beef, your mixed vegetables, and a layer of mashed potatoes on top. That's the only suggestion. 52 people in here, and the pot pie is the only suggestion I got. Come on, y'all. Come on, lurkers. I know you're out there. Give me some dinner. Some easy dinner suggestions. If the only suggestion y'all are going to give me is a pot pie, a banquet frozen pot pie for 99 cents for dinner, y'all must not like me. Something quick and easy. And when I say quick, like 30 minutes tops. Quick and easy. Shoot, if y'all don't give me any ideas, I'm just going to make the dang cheeseburger cauliflower I said that I'm sick of eating. Because it's filling. And it's not too unhealthy. As long as you drain the grease from the burger real good. And don't use too much cheese. Actually, if you only use a little bit of cheese, it actually is a healthy meal. Cauliflower, ground beef, a little bit of cheese. I'm going to look back at chat in a few minutes. And if y'all don't give me some dinner,